Hello, hello. I am coming to you guys live from my kitchen tonight. I often do everything at the studio now with all my awesome team. And tonight I'm making one of our meal preps, and the kids are off doing stuff, and baseball's happening again in my house. So there's some practice happening tonight, and I am making late night dinner because we are all just kind of getting home after a long day. So I pulled out one of my meal prep items, and we are making chicken kebabs tonight. So I thought I would show you how I'm adding to it. A lot of people might add rice or have a salad, corn on the cob. I was at the grocery store today with my grandma. I'm helping her out right now, and there is so much fresh produce there that looked just so good. And I don't know about you guys, but in the summertime, I often feel like I want to have all the produce. So I'm trying to eat healthier and do things because, like many of you, my summer clothes shrunk. And so I'm having to do better and have more options in my house, right? So if you're joining us, give me some hearts, some thumbs up, say hello. Tell me, what are your favorite kebabs that you guys make at home? How do you make yours? If you're watching us later on the replay, hit or type in hashtag replay and watch us. So tonight I'm making our meal prep kebabs that I did in class on Sunday. If you haven't joined us for one of our meal prep classes, it's been so awesome, such a lifesaver for me and my household right now. My kids are going 45 different directions all the time, and myself and my husband as well, working really long hours, getting ready for a couple of trips. So that's what you do. You work overtime ahead of time, right, to prepare. So tonight I'm going to do the kebabs. I'm going to show you how quick, simple, and easy it is. Simple things that you can meal prep ahead of time. So I've pre-washed my hands. So taking off all my jewelry for you guys. I'm going to show you our mandolin because it makes my life so much easier. My husband is a very standard, uses his knives. That's how he was brought up. I have our wonderful chef's knives, and I absolutely love them. But I also really enjoy being able to do things simple, quick, and easy. Do you ever get home and you think, I'm so tired, I don't even want to make dinner tonight. Let's just go out, or let's grab drive-through, or hopefully there's something in the fridge. If not, I'll have a bowl of cereal. Anybody? I know I have done that. So the last few nights it's been late and we come home and do it. They're easy preps. Wonderful recipes to have. You can take your own recipes, meal prep ahead of time. We have such great product to store in. And even my 14-year-old is making the food ahead of time, like last night, and have done that. Oh, Melinda, I'm seeing your comment. I am shocked. Melinda is an incredible cook, and her whole family is, and you've never made kebabs. I'm really surprised by that. You guys always make such awesome things. I bet Nick could make some really good steak kebabs, I hear. So I'm going to show you guys our mandolin. We have, ours is a little bit exclusive. Yes, there's a lot out there. The big thing that we have that's different from so many is we have a lot of protector barriers here, if you will. So I've already kind of put some of it together and thought maybe I should make a video. So these our blades go in their own little compartments. Most of Tupperware is dishwasher safe. Goodness sakes, you too can be an awesome Tupperware lady and do this. So they fit really nicely inside of here. And then when you compact your mandolin, it will sit right on top. This is how tired I am. It'll sit nice and compact here, and it all nestles down together, and you see it's protected. So I'm going to show you there how it's all protected. And then you have little silicone feet on the bottom. I like to call that the silicone we can afford. And it has silicone feet here as well. So everything sits in place. It's not dancing all over your countertop and you feel like you're chasing it around. So you would take this off. You can pick your straight edge or your fun edge. My kids don't always like vegetables. We've gotten used to it over the years, but you know, you have to make them fancy for them to eat it. So I'm going to use the fun little ruffled edge. It's kind of like when you're making your own homemade potato chips. You can do it this way and then it makes it more fun. Or you have your regular sliced. So it's really up to you. Otherwise, I always keep them in their protector because they are incredibly sharp blades. The other thing that we have on here is once your blade is in place, so you're going to take this here, has little kind of a clicky locker here. and you snap that on both sides and it's protected. And you see how the lip here, kind of maybe with the video, is raised lower and higher. That is so there I can rub my hand on here and I'm not going to cut myself. Once I take it off of the dial, so on this side, put this back out, on this side you have a dial, and that tells you how high and low you can go, so that you don't have you can have thinner or thicker of whatever you're cutting. The zucchinis, the peppers, mushrooms. What am I also cutting here tonight? You could do tomatoes, onions for hamburgers, sliced so nicely on here. We had, I don't know, family gathering for something recently, and I did the tomatoes real quick. I love Roma tomatoes. That's what I usually always cook with. And my husband saw me doing that for the first time. He's never seen me use the mandolin before, and he was thoroughly impressed. I'm like, right? Life-saving. And they were all perfectly cut. It makes it come like it's right off of there. So it's wonderful. Then also on here, you can come say hi. The little person wants to come say hello.
I was getting a snack.
You can get a snack. You can say hi to the camera. There you go. He's always here to help, right? So I'm going to lower this. I don't want them too thick, but I don't want them too thin. So I'm just going to lower this. You can kind of see how it moves down, maybe. And that's about right. So you can kind of see the depth of that there. Now, one thing I do want to show you, I'm going to go all the way down. And if I wanted to do potatoes or make shoestring zucchini even and have fried zucchini, I tried that the other day. I don't like it, but some of you might. So you could do that and make it at home and make it with your own oils, because some people are allergic to things. So you can do that and make it more fresh, or do like a baked zucchini stick, or like the cheese sticks and stuff like that. You can do the zucchini fashion of that, whatever you want to do. Needless to say, you take this knob and you would move this up and watch the little feet. They come out. And so these are not feet, teeth come out of there. And so they're thicker or thinner. And hi, Sean. Or you can do it anyway, that way. Isn't he cute? Thank you, Melinda. So I'm not going to do that tonight because I need to get them on the kabobs. So anytime that you're not using this and when you're storing it, take the blade out, put it in its protector, tuck it underneath. And then the other thing you can want to make sure always do is make sure that both knobs are turned into the lock position. And then you see this QR reader code here. This is where you can take your little phone and take the whatever reader, the QR reader that you might have on your phone, and you zap that guy, and the little cute girl will come on and tell you everything I just told you, and she's way cuter than me, so it's way funner. So we're going to take this. I'm going to do a smaller. I have yellow zucchini or yellow squash, and I have zucchini. Zucchini is awesome for this, and you can try other things. So our protector handle here, if I push that back, you see it has little teeth, and then you push it in and they disappear. So it slides down as you go. So I'm going to take the big fat edge here, and you can, hopefully you guys can see. Tell me if you can see this. Kind of see what I'm doing here. And I'm over a cutting board. You could go over a plate, over wax paper. I bought wax paper for the first time in my life the other day because we were making those gourmet hamburgers. If you haven't seen them, go check out the page. You can see they were so good. My kids even liked them, and they're picky eaters. So you take your little guy here and you just kind of slice. Sometimes they go flying. And you just give it a press, and then you can see it makes like little perfect slices. So you can make them thicker or thinner, however you want to. My last piece there, the end was a little bit thicker than I would have wanted it to be. So, and I see that there's some there. You see how it's hanging there? So I'm going to pull from the bottom. You never push through there again because that is super sharp, so you don't want to do that. Now things like potatoes, they are more starchy, and so they're a little bit tougher to go through there, and you just muscle it up a little bit more. Don't get all excited because then you'll mess it up too much. Then you'll be cutting yourself. They can't protect you. So anyway, that is those. I'll show you with the zucchini how much easier it even is. Make that guy smaller too. And so you can use a knife, but why use a knife when you have A wonderful mandolin. And we have 3 different ones. We have 2 for sale right now. You want to make sure you get it on there evenly as best as you can. And I'm going to raise this up more because that was thicker than I wanted. And we're going to slice away again. Oh, I took that right off. And we'll just get that right on there. We're going to slice away again. Again, make it as thin or as thick as you want. You just keep pressing down on your protector. Never, ever, ever use your hands because you will inevitably slice it right up. Now you see how much thinner those are, so it just kind of depends on what you want there. Okay, so that's our zucchini. I'll do the rest in a minute. The other thing that I want to point out to you with this is that, yes, it's dishwasher safe, but we recommend just simple, throw it into the sink, clean it up, wash it that way. When you are cleaning it, maybe you have used the teeth, then you see you can open that up and you can clean it with, I use our water bottle brushes, and I just get in there with that and clean it out easily. Don't use your hands, don't use a washcloth, you will slip. And then also when you are using it, it's a side-to-side motion, right-handed or left-handed. I have a twin sister, she's left-handed, so you too can use this at home. But you never, ever, ever want to take the mandolin and put your veggie or whatever of choice and go down this way. Because if you do, you can slip, go right down, and then you have wrist issues, and we don't want that. So I have some cauliflower. I want to show you guys something that I'm doing with cauliflower lately. But when you have all this produce, what do you do with it? Now, some of you are Tupperware people watching me right now, so don't give them the answer. But if you're not a Tupperware person, what do you guys do with your produce? You leave it in the baggie that it comes home with. Do you know that you're actually suffocating your produce, like putting a baggie over your head, and then you potentially are killing it, right? So when you have your produce, you want to have it dry, dirty, naked, stored in the refrigerator or not, depending on, like tomatoes don't go in the fridge, but we have Fridge Smart, and this is the only one I'm not using right now, so it is the big one on sale exclusively sometimes. Right now we don't have it, but we have our other sizes, and there is some pictures here on the front. Because Tupperware is sold in 101 countries, made and manufactured in 7, we have pictures that make us international, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about what language you speak. We speak all languages. And so we have pictures that tell you, how do I set my dial on here? So no matter what size Fridge Smart piece you have, your produce goes in here dry, dirty, naked. This one's awesome because you can put all that asparagus, romaine lettuce, big batches of berries. You can put your zucchini, your celery. They don't do the limbo, and they stay fresh forever as long as you put it in here dry, dirty, naked, meaning it comes out of the baggie, and don't pre-wash anything until you go to use it, unless you're going to use it right away. So then it has little Tupper feet on the bottom, so you can see that the water that it'll naturally secrete falls to the bottom. It's not sitting in its own bucket of mush. How many of you guys buy bag lettuce? Anybody? I worked in a grocery store for a long time, and bag lettuce actually sits in chlorine for a long time. Then it comes to the grocery store, then we use it, and we wonder why 2-3 days later it's a brown mushy mess. It's because the brown mushy mess has now hit the oxygen has hit the chlorine, and it turns it gross, and that's why it has that funky smell. So if you're still going to buy it, put it in here. You'll save a lot more money that way. Otherwise, buy some romaine or whatever lettuce that you use and hand tear it and store it in here. Don't pre-wash it until you go to use it. You can use your spinner, or if you eat salad regularly or lettuce on different things, then you can put it right on in here washed. And some people will add a paper towel to collect more moisture, and then you can use it regularly. Now, this dial on the front is controlled by you, but you choose based on what kind of produce are you sticking in here. Now, you can put strawberries and mushrooms in the same container because they're the same breather, a low breather. They don't need all the extra air, and they won't take on each other's flavor. It might seem funky to put it together, but you could. So one thing that I am doing is avoiding a little bit more carbs lately, and I am doing riced cauliflower. How many of you guys have had riced cauliflower? And if you're just joining us, again, tell us what kind of kabobs have you made in your in your kitchen? Are you a big cook? I want to show you before I undo this here. I have my Power Chef and I store it in our our square 4. It's because it stores really nicely. Then I don't have to wonder where all the pieces are. Where's my blade? Where's my whipper? All those things. So we have our top lawnmower attachment, as I like to say. We have, hi everybody, Jen, Patty, Jeanette, Vanessa. We have our seal. What's really cool about all of our choppers now is everything has a seal. So when you have leftover salsa, which doesn't happen in my house, but if you were to have extra salsa or even chopped chicken, tuna salad, egg salad, you can seal your container right up and put it in the fridge. I'd be happy to sell you another Tupperware bowl, but I like convenience too and I like to save money. So you can seal it right up, put it in the fridge, don't have to go find another bowl. Make sure you take out your blade. So tonight we're not going to use that. We have our little rubber base, and what's important about this is it goes here on the bottom, again, so it doesn't dance all over the countertop. I take mine all fully apart and store it inside of here that way so it can still breathe. You don't want it to get gross inside of it. 2 things I'm not using tonight but come with it. We have our whipper blade and our drip spout, so if you're gonna make anything like with oils or creams, it has a slow dripper and you can do that. Our blade has a blade protector, so we're gonna take that off. Throw that in my bucket, and then it's all in the same bucket already, right? So you put that right on top of there, and we're gonna cover that. And then what I'm gonna do now, if I was putting small stuff in, I would actually cover it. So right now, I'm not, because we're gonna use our cauliflower. I have some of our old-fashioned Fridge Smart, because I still keep all my stuff. I've been in Tupperware 20 years. Never, ever, ever, ever in a million years thought I would be a Tupperware lady. Said that was stupid. And here I still am today. Not so stupid. 20 free cars later, I was recently blessed with my company to have a studio that we love so much. So I'm not looking right at you. I'm going to break open my cauliflower. So I'm using a half a head of cauliflower because my husband and I have been having cauliflower. He probably doesn't want that piece. We've been having riced cauliflower instead of having rice at home. The kids still like the rice. They prefer that over the cauliflower, which is fine. I make that real quick, either in our stack cooker or in our cookware. I absolutely love our cookware, so I cook a lot with that. Now this cauliflower is flying everywhere. So I'm just breaking it off of the stems. Cauliflower is really good for you. And it's not like broccoli. A lot of people, broccoli is a heavy breather. Cauliflower is a light breather. Okay, I'm whipping my hair back and forth. I should have put it back, but that's okay. So we're gonna put the cover on here. We take our lawnmower top, lock that into place. Normally want a flat, dry surface. I have the cutting board here, which is fine as well. But if you have a wet top, your counters maybe not dry, then this little rubber guy doesn't stick as well to your countertop. So hopefully you guys can see this. Tell me if you can see. This is super cool. Once it's all chopped up here, I have my mandolin in the way, but I'm not done with that. So you can see ta-da! Riced cauliflower. How cool is that? It looks just like rice. Take that blade out of there. Looks just like rice. So I'll put it in one of my cookers. I typically, since it's just my husband and I having it, I put it in what we call our vent and serve, if you've never seen that before. And I've already rinsed it, so it has that moisture added to it. I can put it in the vent and serve and then pop it in the microwave for like 3 minutes and it comes out to perfection. So for right now, I'm just gonna cover it and I'll put that in the microwave. So I'm gonna come over here. Got a watermelon today. I pick really good watermelons. Ask my nephew. He's like, Thea, how do you always pick good watermelon? Do you know how to pick a good watermelon? Tell me how. So I'm going to use our season serve marinator for some of you guys. You can see we do a lot of blue in my house, so I have some older colors. You can do your kabobs on your barbecue. You can do them on the stovetop. Most people do it on the barbecue. We have the Micro Pro Grill, which is just like using a barbecue, a little bit smaller. It is metal with silicone rims around it. It has feet on the bottom here, so it's wrapped around and raised just high enough that air can circulate completely around it. It has this is the same material as our cookware, which you see behind me. Those two pieces never leave my stove unless I'm washing them. We use them all the time. So this is our grill. This is what I did the hamburger patties in the other day. This baby gets really hot. So you have your silicone tabs on the side, but this one I do recommend that you have hot pads. Be ready to go with that. And then you have your cover that you can put on. You see how that falls in there. So this is in grill mode for chicken, beef, quesadilla, grilled cheese, and it gives you that nice crispy layer of the grilled cheese, like burnt cheese. I love that. There's our helper again. Oh, Melinda, you have this? You could use this. Go make your kabobs. So then you can also turn it. You might love this. Turn it and put it in casserole mode. So now it's sitting on top of it, has some venting going on the side, and you can actually make a cobbler in here. You can do grilled macaroni and cheese. Ask me how to do that. It's amazing. You can do hot dogs really quick in here. The other night I came home late, and my experience with the barbecue without my husband is not a good one. Long story, I'll tell you next time we get together. And so I thought, well, I'm making burgers. He's working late tonight, so I'm going to use this. And I had 5 burgers done in less than 15 minutes. And the kids were done, eaten, and out of the kitchen in 30 minutes. And it was because I had made them ahead of time. The gourmet burgers that we cooked the other night. Super good. So he stole your grill. I've heard so many people say their husbands love this. It's like a miracle from God, I'm pretty sure. So you can do your kabobs here. I'm making a lot tonight, and I have all boys, so they want to eat quick. They don't want to wait for it. So this would probably be for smaller portions or really good cobbler. And you can take your pie filling, then you take a crumble over the top, which is a combination of a stick of butter. You want to use butter, not margarine. And a cake mix, typically yellow or white cake mix. I like yellow cake mix. Sprinkle that over the top after you've chopped it ahead of time and blended it together in our Power Chef that I just did the cauliflower in. Sprinkle that over the top, a couple more pieces of the butter, and pop it into the microwave, and it comes out perfection. Add some scoop of ice cream or some coffee. So good. Or if you've ever had cinnamon pull-apart bread, you can make that in there too. The other thing, oh, the season serve, Melinda, that's what you're talking about. Everybody has this, right? Sometimes we have the small one come out, and it's wonderful. So today, I already did the peppers. That's when I decided maybe I should show you. So I'm going to kind of show you guys. I have a melody here of some peppers going on. I have mushrooms that I just bought from the grocery store today. So otherwise, I would have taken the mandolin and sliced those as well. But I bought them like that. And then, of course, you need your skewers. I like tomatoes, so I have cherry tomatoes here. I'm going to cut up a pineapple in a minute as well. And then we're going to take our chicken. So I have an old container here, and I smeared it already. But you can use those chalk markers. Thank you, Louise, for introducing me to that, because those are the bomb.com. And in the truck stop, it helps him eat healthy. That is so true, Jeanette. Jeanette, I miss seeing your face. Need to see you more often. So I'm going to pop that off. Anytime you have flexi Tupperware seals, make sure you pop all 4 corners, grab from the tab first, and then take it off. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit like, let's see if it'll zoom. I got blurry. You don't need to see me blurry. Actually, you might want to see me blurry. So grab your tab first and then take it off on the corners. Don't peel it back. You'll ruin your seal. And that's why Tupperware doesn't seal quite as tightly anymore, because we've ruined our seals. So be careful with that. So in here, we have, I'm not going to tip it too much because it still has all the juices. But we have cut up chicken breasts. There's 4 chicken breasts inside of here. And then the marinade is dill, a lot of lemon, a lot of dill, and something else. I don't remember. Come to meal prep, you'll have your recipe. So you're going to just take this, and I'm going to only do one because, actually I'm not, because the chicken's gross and I don't want to keep you guys on here. So that is how you, because I don't need to keep you all night, I'm sure you're hungry too. So that is how you do kabobs. Simple, quick, and easy. It's a late night. I can throw it on the barbecue, add some rice or riced cauliflower, have that for the family. Dominic picked cookies from the grocery store, so we have that as well. and you can just have a nice summer meal. We are going to add some watermelon and pineapple to it, and you don't feel like you're eating a heavy meal no matter what time of year it is. And it's simple, quick, and easy. And that's just one of like 75 recipes that we have. Tomorrow night, we're going to have another cooking class. So if you're local, come join us at the studio. It is 5301 Longley Lane, Suite B40, Reno, Nevada. Come down, check us out. There's a big sign overhead and table set up for you. You get to try it. We're going to have spinach stuffed chicken breast or chicken thighs. I don't know. It looked really good. So you guys are going to be my guinea pigs. You get to come try it, hang out with me, see what we're cooking. You can do it in the grill, in the cookware, in our stack cooker. Find out more, see all the product that we have down there. If you're not local, you can always join us here on Facebook Live. We'd love to have you. And that starts at 6 o'clock. So come see what we have to offer. If you're interested in meal prep classes, everybody does things a little bit different and what they consider meal prep. Whereas you might want to make a bunch of meals like this and have them ready to go for the week. We've had a very busy week this week, so it's nice to come home, grab a meal, cook it quick. You don't have to think about prepping anything. It's ready to go and you're good to go. Or meal prep for you might be making lunches and things like that ahead of time. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.